So someone in my comments asked me to make a Cuphead musical tier list. I know absolutely nothing about music, so I'll go for feel. This list may be all over the place, but it's all first instinct. So let's get into it. Cuphead soundtrack. Track 1, Don't Deal with the Devil. I absolutely love the barbershop quartet, and the lyrics make it such an amazing introduction to the game. The piano solo afterwards just completes it for me. A tier. Track number 2, Introduction. This is a banger. It packs a fucking wallop right at the start with the drums, and then the trumpet hits. Oh my god, and the this track is a fucking masterpiece. S tier. Track number 3, Tutorial. Powerful tutorial music, a lovely piano lead, very like you're on your way to getting the training wheels on your bike. It does very good as tutorial music, but personally wouldn't listen to it in my free time. B tier. Track number 4, Elder Kettle. You're gonna put me out of my misery. Very Shire-like. Waking up in the morning, ready to get out there and start your little adventure. Well, not adventure, more like be a fucking uni student and pay off your debt, but it's still fun. B tier. Track number 5, Inkwell Aisle 1. And you're off! You've seen the opening of the door and you're ready to collect your debts. The bom 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 reminds me of the fat guy. You know, the ba 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 bom ba bom ba bom. Enough! Stop it! It's a journey song, a moving song. And even when it has no lyrics, whenever I go back to Inkwell Isle, it feels welcoming and I remember the familiar tune of it. Yes, I'm flexing my fucking flags, alright? I spent 200 hours on this game! S tier. Track number 6, Botanic Panic. Botanic Panic is okay, not something I'd actively listen to, but still a great first bop. And it gets you ready and pumped up to fight and defeat your first boss, depending on where you go. I mean, if you aren't starting on the root pack, what are you doing? What are you fucking doing? It's wrong! C tier. Track 7, Victory Tune. The sigh of relief falls over you, and this absolute bop starts playing, calculating your results and showing you how good you did. It doesn't matter, you fucking defeated the boss! S tier. Track 8, RUZE of an OOZE. I absolutely love the introduction of RUZE of an OOZE. Really puts you center stage of the fight. But when the music actually does start, I don't know, it feels anticlimactic. B tier. Track number 9, Floral Fury. I absolutely love the trumpets at the start, but as it goes on, I know it's meant to sound like an animal, is it? A monkey? But to me it sounds like... But as soon as it gets to the main bit, I can see why people like it so much. A tier. Don't fucking come at me, alright? Oh, why don't you put on S tier?
How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
Track number 10, Clip Joint Calamity. Very memorable, a fitting soundtrack for the background of the fight. Really goes off on the trumpets and it feels like a ball. B tier. Track number 11, Threatening Zeppelin. I didn't really jam with this one, to be honest. It felt like elevator music. D tier. Track number 12, Forest Follies. Our first run and gun level soundtrack, and it's a pretty strong start. You know, with the... It's actually pretty good, but something I wouldn't really listen to in my spare time, so it would be close to A tier if I could listen to it like constantly, but it only really suits his level music. B tier. Track number 13, Treetop Trouble. Absolutely, the piano is great, but I fucking hate everything else in this level. I'll be honest. I was so focused on beating this level, I never really stopped to pay attention to the music. But once I did start listening to it, it has the whole you're up to no good feel. I like it. B tier. Track number 14, Mausoleum. I'm not gonna lie, when I first played this map and listened to the soundtrack, I was scared shitless because I was panicking to parry all these ghosts, and the music behind it, oh my god, it's so fitting for that level. A tier. Track number 15, Inkwell Isle 2. Another W from the Isle music. This track makes you feel like you're at the fun fair, waiting for the ride, or even waiting for some food from the food truck. It has a very bouncy feel to it, similar to the first one. Absolutely unforgettable. S tier. Track number 16, Sugarland Shimmy. The same sort of start from the introduction. I don't really feel like I'm in Candyland listening to this, but it's still an okay listen. I mean, every song in Cuphead is amazing, but like, I can't just put S rank on all the songs, because that's not going to make a video, is it? C tier. Track number 17, Aviary Action. This feels like an aerial battle, and it fits perfectly with the Wally Wobbles fight. Ow! Ow! A tier. Track number 18, Fiery Frolic. The music is shit! Fuck the boss! Fuck the stupid dragon! The dragon prevents me from liking this music. I'm sorry, I've fought this fucker so many times! D tier. Track number 19, Carnival Kerfuffle. I did find myself bouncing to this tune, purely from the sexual saxophone. I swear to God, the best instrument. You can make anything sound fucking sick from it. And if that's a clarinet, or any other instrument, don't correct me. I don't care! Let me have my moment, okay? A tier. Track number 20, Pyramid Peril. I'll be honest, I've played this boss so many times, and the music just doesn't resonate with me. It sets the scene, sure, but not my taste. C tier. Track number
21.
Oh my god, this is a fucking jam. When I was doing my pacifist runs and dying loads of times, I never got sick of this music. My god, easy. S tier. Track number 22, Funhouse Frazzle. It's easily one of the harder run and gun levels, but the music goes hard with it. A tier. Track number 23, Inkwell Isle 3. This one's probably the worst out of the three, but that goes under personal preference. It's still a great fit for the atmosphere. Feels very noir as you're walking about a mysterious city. A tier. Track number 24, Honeycomb Herald. I don't mind it. Hate the boss. Hated listening to her go "Aah!" every time I restarted a play, but other than the gameplay, the soundtrack's alright, I guess. I never really sort of listened to it. C tier. Track number 25, MURINE. What the fuck was that? Sounds French. Oh yeah, sax goes hard, drums go hard, trumpet goes hard, the whole tune goes hard. That is a sexy beat Schweinsteiger. What the fuck am I doing? S tier. Track number 26, Shootin' and Lootin'. Would have preferred a soundtrack with more pirate-like feel to it. It's alright. B tier. Track number 27, Dramatic Fanatic. The track didn't really stand out for me at first, so I'm gonna put it in a lower tier, but an honourable mention, I really like the tap dancing battle towards the end, and it really does feel like you're in a theatre sage environment, but first impressions, C tier. Track number 28, Perilous Pyres. That's how you say it? Yeah. I love the different use of instruments in this track. First of all, it sounds like a crab scuttering about, and then the fucking frying pan or metal object solo comes in, and Jesus, and then I think it's all over, and then a fucking washboard? I think that's a washboard. Amazing nonetheless. I told you this would be all over the place. A tier. Track number 29, HI-JINKS. I like the fact that people rank this higher, mostly due to the fact that the mermaid's a baddie, right? Obviously.
My man.
We can all agree on that. But I like the drum intro and the build up to the more intense instruments. It just doesn't really impress me. It's alright. It's alright to listen to. But I wouldn't say it's S tier. It didn't really, like, blow me out of the water. Out of the water. Get it? Do you? Because she's in the water. Anyway! C tier. Track number 30, Rugged Ridge. I like the ragtune type piano. If that is what it is, I couldn't tell you. If it is, that's what I meant all along because I'm a musical genius. Even though I spelt genius wrong in the script. A great fit for the supporting level. Makes you feel like you're actually traversing across the stepping stones, dodging minor mice, and running from that big monster. A tier. Track number 31, Junkyard Jive. Dr. Cuntface, as my friend likes to call him. This boss is fun to play, but fucking solid to beat. I love the little components of the boss, and each different hit warrants a different outcome. The soundtrack to this boss is great. Would have liked a more dystopian kind of theme to the battle, but still a decent track. A tier. Track number 32, Railroad Wrath. I love the start. I don't know why, it just tweaks something in my brain. I don't really feel like I'd be fighting a ghost train if I listened to this without the battle, but that doesn't mean it's inherently bad. I personally like music that would fit that kind of environment, so I'm gonna say B tier, but it's still a good song. Track number 33, Inkwell Hell. The more depressing version of Inkwell All 3, and a better version in my opinion. It fits so perfectly with the environment. The music almost feels like it's telling you, this is the final battle. This is all you've been waiting for. You have to return to the old casino to pay back your debts and finally be free. The calm before the storm, if you will. S tier. Track number 34, All Bets Are Off. An instrumental of the King Dice theme. You're in for the final fight, but you're stopped by the devil's number one, King Dice, who's been following your progress since Inkwell Isle 1, looking to have his slice of the battle. After giving you one final message, he pops up and your health bar appears on the screen, starting the King Dice fight. Even with it being the instrumental, I can't help but replicate the amazing vocals of the original, and it has a special place in my heart. S tier. Track number 35, The King's Court. Don't get me wrong here, absolutely love this song. It takes part from the introduction, which you know from the start was our first S tier of the list. But from listening to this, from fighting King Dice over and over.
And the next day, 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 and the next day.
Phone call, Mr. Plankton.
And the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day.
I kinda got bored of hearing it. B tier. Track number 36, Chief Evil Officer. It sets the scene perfectly with the drum roll. Are you gonna give up your soul to the devil, or are you gonna fight back for it? Followed up by the low trumpet, it perfectly encapsulates this. Fucking hell, I can't say words. Encapsulates the situation. S tier. Track number 37, Admission to Perdition. The Devil Fight. You have to listen to the full soundtrack to fully experience this one. You cannot even believe to imagine how smart, how good this theme is. It's got cuts from Werner Verman, Wally Warbles, Calamaria, Dr. Cal's Robot, Baroness von Bonbon, Cagney Carnation, Goopy Legrand, Grim Matchstick. The list goes on, honestly. Just look up the track name and all the references, and the amount of boss references in this track alone is so mind-blowing. This track is the sole reason you are fighting. It almost feels like all these battles and all these souls have come together to fight this devil, backing you on every step of the way, including themselves in the devil's theme. This is well and truly final battle music, and it has to have a separate tier. It may sound like a ruckus of instruments, but the meaning behind this track and the thought behind it is immeasurable. Golden tier. Now we've finished with Inkwell Isle 1 to 3. We're going to move on to the DLC bosses. But first of all, we're going to have to catch up on the soundtrack we've missed. The numbers of the tracks make no difference. I am following the soundtrack, but I'm trying to kind of do it as if like you're listening to it as you're going along instead of the soundtrack order it's put in. So the numbers have no meaning. Track number 38, Pork Rind Shot. I love the start where it goes and it feels like shop music. The music feels a lot like taking a break from everything, but Pork Rind doesn't want you to do that. He wants you to buy shit and get out, clearly shown by him looking at his watch if you stay there long enough. Also, just to add, my guy Pork Rind has a bird if you look at the picture on the side. Or maybe he's a simp. But let's be honest, Pork Rind ain't no simp. S tier. Track number 39. A quick break.
It's nice to rest your eyes and maybe go outside. Grab a book and get some air. So what are you waiting for? Bum, 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 bum. Why not take a quick break? Tune the radio. There's chores to do, there's leaves to rake. Strum the old banjo. You can practice your Lindy hop. Bum, 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 bum. And maybe later sing with your barbershop. Why not take a little quick break and come back for more? Or then come back for more. Or please come back for more.
Well, you heard him. We're gonna do the DLC soundtrack in the next video. Why are you still here? You heard the barbershop, go for a break! I'll be back soon. I'd like to add before I go, thank you so much for the support on the Cuphead tier list video. It's almost banging 35k views, and I was on 36 subscribers 4 weeks ago, and now I'm on almost 400. So thank you guys for watching my shit, enjoying me babble on about whatever, because I have no idea what I'm talking about, but you guys seem to like it, so I appreciate it. Now get out! I'll see you in the next video!